Right.
So, question with that.
Yeah.
I am guilty of eating and going to bed.
Oh, okay.
Going to bed on a full stomach is like,
yeah. You just like going to the carb coma for 8 hours, right? It's wonderful.
Is that a good thing or bad thing?
Do you think I eat after 9 o'clock or not?
I'm gonna say, do you eat after 9? Probably no.
I say yes.
And
I definitely say no.
Okay. I generally eat in a time frame window. These are plus or minus an hour or two, but 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. or maybe even 11 p.m. I will eat right before I go to bed.
Wow.
Okay. The simple question, say you came and you wanted to lose weight. In say 4, 5, 8 weeks, we lost 10 pounds. Yay, good job. The second question to help illustrate and answer this is, does it matter when you ate your food in the day if you lost 10 pounds in that amount of time?
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't, because you're in a calorie deficit.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. If you eat after 9, what does society generally tell you to eat? They want you zoned out on Netflix and chill. They want you putting in high calorie, palatable, tasty, delicious food that you're going to overeat, that comes in a package. It's super colorful and is food science, millions of dollars spent on making this stuff highly addictive. That's what they're telling you to eat, right?
Right.
And that's where we really fall into trouble. Is it's not necessarily that you are eating after 9 o'clock, but that you are using food as a coping mechanism for something else in your life that you're suffering in silence of. And I'm just going to keep putting my hand in the bag and putting something in my mouth, or I'm going to take that spoon of whatever that tastes so good. And a pint of Ben and Jerry's can be 1,000 to 1,400 calories.
Right.
If you were to polish that off, that's almost, that's 3/4 of your daily calorie needs in just that one container.
So if weight is not an issue, would that still be okay?
Yeah. Well, we want to look at the quality of the food. So for you, what type of food are you having? Are you having a balanced meal, or did you plan for some popcorn to come in at that time and maybe you skipped popcorn or starchy carb at dinner or at lunch? And for easy example, I want popcorn tonight. Okay, I'm going to plan, you say 200 calories worth of popcorn. That would be, if it's air pop, 1 cup is 30 calories. So do some math. That's 6-7 cups of popcorn that you could eat. That's a couple handfuls there. But as soon as we add oil and butter, then we just triple the calories, and there becomes the problem, because a bag of microwave popcorn would be 400 plus calories in it. Now, all right, I want popcorn at night. I need to make sure that I have some calories available and I have some carbohydrates available. At lunch today, just a super easy example, I'm just going to have a chicken salad. I will forego my starchy carbs at that meal and just eat lots of protein and vegetables, like a heaping bowl of vegetables, and that will fill me up until I get to dinner or the next time I'm going to eat, and keep control of my calories. Right. So then, cool. Yeah, I love that, because anything that I'm saying or doing is using science-backed information, but we're leveraging logic. We're leveraging your natural inclinations around, if you want to eat after 9, I'm going to say, go ahead. We're just going to make better choices than you did last week. Right? Going off of that 1% better. And all of a sudden, I'm not restricting you. I'm not clearing out your food pantry at home, your kitchen, throwing stuff away. I'm just asking you to take this food that you would have overindulged in and eat less of it and make better choices at other meals to have the calories available. I've had guys eat ice cream every day. I've had people eat popcorn every day. I've had people go out to eat every day and still be wildly successful because of those basic principles of those core 4 that I talked about earlier.
See, I like what you're talking about, Brian, because it's almost kind of like not restricting you from everything. It's just balancing. So it's almost kind of like balancing your health checks in a sense.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
You know what I mean? I know I'm going to make this deposit later, so I'm going to have to make sure that I,
Right.
So it's like, so I love that. I love that.
Another example that I like to share is everyone knows the economics and finances of the USA, the government and our economy, right? We spend in dollars and cents. You understand how to spend that money and save it and then if you're taught well, then you can multiply it without having to work too hard, right?
Right.
But those are all skills and ways to understand currency of dollars. Now, food has currency. It has calories, protein, carbs, and fats. But people don't understand that currency and how to spend it wisely. So they eat too much and they get even what could be called as calorie toxicity, because too much of anything, you can become toxic. Too much spinach, you could kill yourself. Too much water is hyponatremia. You end up diluting your body so much that you die because your electrolyte balance is off. Like, don't drink too much. You don't need 2 gallons of water, especially if you're not moving in a day. You will dilute yourself. So when we understand that this food, say the pasta is 200 calories for 1 cup at 40 carbohydrates, I now have context around where that fits into my day. And as soon as I understand that, I just have a food budget, a calorie budget. I have, for weight loss, most guys are going to be in the 16 to 1800 calories. Maintenance is generally around 2000 unless they are really active. I've had a few guys lose weight at 2,500, but they usually are pretty active or they have a lot of muscle on their body. But most guys, if everyone wants to take a note here, the killer 2 combo is 10,000 steps or more, 1,800 calories or less. Those are the basic principles that if you weren't perfect or didn't do anything else, but you did those, you would see immediate changes even in the next week happening, because those are the 2 basic numbers that I see as a formula for men to lose weight. And it becomes so easy because I'm not restricting your food. I'm telling you to make better choices. I'm telling you to learn about what's in the food that you're eating. I'm telling you to take responsibility for moving your body and getting sleep and showing up better for yourself, most importantly, but then for those around you.
How many steps a day?
10,000.
10,000.
Just a really easy number. And think about a healthy person. I think we all could agree that if they move 10,000 steps, you would think of them being healthy enough, right? Like getting enough movement in the day.
Energetic.
Yeah. Movement is energy. And you want to move. And it doesn't have to be all at one chunk. I'd, in fact, tell you to break it up. Do a little bit here, here, here. And then all of a sudden, by the time the end of the day, you're, oh, shoot, I'm there. I don't really have to do anything. But then also sometimes with our high identity attached to being productive and focused and close deals and make things happen in our, say, career side, we sit all day and then you've only moved 2,000 steps all day. And that would technically mean you have an hour and a half to 2 hours of straight movement after you get done with work, which that becomes the hurdle. That's the biggest constraint to making more progress. So then I would say, hey, you aren't a machine. You need to break it up and work and then rest and move your body. Let's do 15-minute chunk here, 15 chunk here, 15 chunk here. All of a sudden, instead of getting to the end of the day with 2,000 steps, they have 6,000 steps. Now, walking with their wife, partner, or friend, going to play a game, going to work out at the gym is an hour's worth of time to get the rest of the steps. And that's more reasonable to fit into a day-to-day busy life.
Yep, that's my life.
Hey, same here. Well, Brian, we talk a lot about emotional suffering.
Yes.
But how does suffering in silence, chronic stress or high cortisol, physically show up in the menu coach?
Usually first things on their waistline.
Right.
That's the first one, right? Because they're neglecting their physical health and the emotional health is winning out. We see occasionally, I'll fall victim. I'm not perfect. I'm just a human, but I'll get a little feels like a tick up here in my left eyelid wants to twitch. Right? Or your hand shake, or you can't think as clear as you once did. You weren't as productive. You can't push your body. You do push your body, and then there's a bigger time to recover. Say, oh, I need to get to this meeting and run up 2 flights of stairs. oh my gosh, oh, you're so out of breath. Those are going to be some of the ways, but it's definitely going to be some of your skin, your hair. If you're graying up top a little sooner than you should, that is a very big undertone of stress. Unfortunately, say one of my best friends, we're the same age. He's nearly gray, and I have just a couple hints of salt amongst my pepper up there. Why? Because we both have 4 kids, but his chosen profession was being in a security guard at a prison. He worked overnight for decades now. It's like 15 plus years of overnight work. Then because that allowed him time to spend with his family, and he's a super awesome guy, but he's 250 pounds. He's graying on top of his head. He doesn't have good sleep habits. He sacrifices his sleep to spend time with his family, which is all admirable. But bro,
what are you doing?
If you die 10 years earlier, you're not benefiting. You're like, your kids get an earlier, they don't get the full version of who you are and what you can do for the family. And he, again, claims a lot of self-responsibility and providership, and he does the work and he will self-sacrifice. But to what degree does it cost him in the end?
Suffering in silence. Physically.
Yeah. I invite him over to my bar. We're still friends. He got me to run. We played clarinet together. We were in the band. That's how I met my wife, actually. Sat next to her for 4 or 5 years, and you get to know someone really well, right? But so that was all the way back in 7th, 8th grade that we developed a relationship, and then we ran in high school together, and then I see him at least once a month, but usually once a week, once every other week, and we work out here and this, and then we'll do other things together to hang out. But I care about him. I want him to be healthy, and I invite him over to work out and take care of himself. And there's been stints where he has been successful with his health and losing weight, but then there's a loss of motivation, a loss of more. It's not even willpower motivation. It's loss of focus on taking care of himself and the busyness that his day-to-day life with 4 kids, which is a lot. I have 4 kids. It's a lot.
Well, that makes a lot of sense, especially with getting in the way of your own progress. It's just, life is so busy, and I have to
prioritize. You got to prioritize, right?
Prioritize. Yep.
Definitely. We are all wasting time. All of us. No matter how busy you are, how much you can claim you're productive, you're still wasting time somewhere in your day. You're not delegating efficiently. You don't have good systems or processes that allow for, say, food preparation or planning to be easier. You don't have easy ways to get healthy food in your body, and it's not hard and it's not expensive. You just don't know how to do it. It's just simply a skill set. You don't know how to cook. That's a skill set. Watch Emeril Lagasse on the Food Network a couple times, and you might pick a couple things up and all of a sudden make tasty food that's actually enjoyable. Or if you develop process of just a simple thing for lunch, if you're busy and you go to work, a sandwich with about 5-6 ounces of protein on it, lean protein, with 2 slices of bread, an apple, a banana, or a piece of fruit, and a serving of vegetables, a pepper, or similar cherry tomatoes is really easy. Baby carrots. If that was your lunch 5 days a week, that's going to be about 500 calories, and it falls within the whole paradigm of what I've been telling you to do. You will save money. You will save time. It'll give you energy at 2-3 o'clock, and you won't be hungover with your fast food breath at 2-3 o'clock because you have consumed your day's worth of calories and high carb, high fat foods.
Right. Well, I got a great question for you, Brian, but I can't help but take the low hanging fruit here.
Oh,
man. Okay.
This one time at band camp, I know you hear that all the
time. That is Dan, my buddy, on our senior year, because my wife and we were really great friends, and we just literally sat next to each other and just would joke and all sorts of stuff. Just developed a really good friendship, and she gave me the note. The junior going into senior year summer, she gave me the note before we left school that junior year. Said, do you want to be friends or in a relationship? And I checked the friend box. I was a wimp. I was scared of losing losing my friend. But our relationship blossomed. But Dan at band camp bet me $5, and this is back when you're in high school, and it was 2000, and $5. He bet me $5 to ask her out. I was like, dude, I'm not giving you $5. I like her anyway. So I'm gonna ask her out. So the first day in band camp, I asked her out. So,
wow. That's funny. I wonder how often does she throw that in your face? Like even today,
yeah.
Friends,
a $5 bet.
Kidding me? Man.
Well, it's led to a blossoming life. She's a travel advisor.
Oh, wow.
And we've taken all 4 of our kids in the last about 10 years or so to all 50 states. And now we're on to multiple countries and continents. And we spend a lot of our time, energy, effort doing experiential things. She actually just literally yesterday booked us to Peru for our spring break to go to Machu Picchu, hang out with llamas and alpacas and all that. So that's our next big adventure.
Yeah, that's cool.
Wow.
Yeah. Another really awesome one was she booked us we did a safari in Africa, and then we went to Cairo and did all the pyramids and the hieroglyphics, the temples, and that was just an amazing African experience that we took our kids to. And just one of the most memorable moments was we were in the safari truck and we pull up to 15 plus elephants just grazing in the field, just within almost arm's reach. And we're just sitting in there for 15, 20 minutes as they're just soaking it in. It was ridiculous. Serene.
I bet.
That is great.
Easy. Or swimming with sea turtles at North Shore on Oahu in Hawaii. Just serene. We did that a couple years ago, and it's super memorable experiences that she's given our family and our kids, and it's pretty wild.
Yeah, I bet.
Well, I ate some food over on Hawaii Avenue over in D.C. No,
well, Coach Brian, do you find that men often use food or alcohol as a silent coping mechanism for the pressure they feel at work?
They'll use that.
Life.
Yeah, life.
With life. Yeah, they definitely use a lot of substance. Humans are, especially in our society, it's meant to be addictive. We are walking around with addictive machines in our hand, and people are paying billions of dollars every year to get you addicted, whether it's food, drugs, alcohol, sex, gambling, all sorts of those. Those are the top that they're coming at you with. And each of those industries, Coca-Cola, how many dollars do they spend every year to tell you to drink sugar water, right? That's going to give you diabetes. That's going to give you belly fat. You're going to die younger as a result of drinking Coca-Cola. Or I should say, you are more at risk of becoming ill if you drink pop and soda products on a regular basis. So we'll back out.
I like that. Yeah.
Saying that
Autocorrect.
we don't want Coca-Cola coming after any of us. But if we have sugary beverages that have lots of calories, then you will drink it. It will raise your blood sugar levels, which will then place stress on your hormones like insulin, and then you'll become insulin resistant. And then that, with the slow weight gain and the insulin resistance, meaning that when I take in 40 or more grams of sugar through a sweetened beverage or a food, my body has to now release more insulin over time to deal with that. So all of a sudden your pancreas is working double time, where before you were addicted to this sugary beverage, it was working half the time to manage your blood sugar for those 40 grams of sugar. But you do it so frequently that your body's just used to it and needs to release more insulin, which then causes you to be more likely to be diabetic.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes. So yes, they are suffering in silence, and they're often doing it alone. I can't tell you how many guys I've caught. They will go to the drive-thru on the way home to dinner, and then they will eat dinner as well because they feel ashamed and they don't want to tell their wives that they just binged eat fast food on the way home because they're so stressed out. But that's because they were rushing out the door and they just had coffee or a sandwich at breakfast. They skipped lunch because they were in too many meetings and they didn't have anything anyways. And then they're starving come 3, 4 o'clock just before they're actually going to go eat.
Right.
And if we would have had that basic sandwich that takes that the school lunch of a protein sandwich, a fruit, and a vegetable, that takes 2 to 3 minutes to put together and 2 to 3 minutes eat. So 5 total minutes of time to help you not go overeat 1,500 calories on your way home to go eat with your family.
Right.
That's a very reasonable time investment and ask for me to make of you around something that you could do. And if I work at home, but if I worked in a 9 to 5, I would do that, and I would probably get the old school tin lunch boxes to get the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and that'd be my lunchbox every day because I love the turtles, and it'd bring me joy every time I sat to eat lunch. And I want positive experiences associated with taking better care of myself. And that, honestly, is a very easy starting point that I take with men. For each of you, I would coach you differently if we worked together, and I'd understand your strengths, your weaknesses, what you liked, what you disliked, and then we'd be leveraging everything toward really enjoy this process. Brian has made it easier. Brian has made it logical. Brian has made it a simple, yes, I can do that type of a response, and he's not asking me to do anything that's harder or challenging, because hard we don't want to do. We're lazy. So how can we make taking care of yourself lazy? How do we make it easier than eating out? So my lunchbox of food that I take for lunch every day is easier, simple. It fits in my day. I can eat it. I can then go do whatever else with my time that lunch hour and not go sit in a drive-through line or spend double or triple the amount of money, or DoorDash it for the love, pay $10 more than just to get it delivered.
Right.
So many people are wasteful doing these things to actually go out of their way to be counterproductive in their health.
Man, I'm telling you, man. One of my biggest weaknesses is Coca-Cola, as everybody knows, and
sugary Coke product.
Yeah,
Sugary beverage.
Yeah,
that's what I said, man. This guy's been my life story.
Yeah.
But
so the simple question I would ask is, can you just go to Coke Zero or Diet Coke first?
It'll kill me. No,
yeah. Right. I understand. Die-hard Coca-Cola.
Right. That's been a question. I've tasted it and I've not liked it, but of course, like my doctor said, everything is not for you to taste and like. But
an acquired taste, because before it's unlikely that you would not have always enjoyed Coca-Cola because it's by sugar. Everything is
right.
But say other things like coffee or beer. Yeah, I'll offer my kids a beer just to get them to say, "Oh, I don't want this. This is gross." To then keep that negative connotation going. But that's very few or far in between. But I enjoy craft beers. I do not enjoy IPAs, but I bet you if I drank them enough, there could be some sort of an acquired taste that I could then, on a hot day, chug. This is refreshing.
Right.
So it's just an acquired taste, and maybe you start with the small mini cans. Or at the very least, we can do something like, all right, for every Coca-Cola, you have to drink 3 Coca-Cola cans worth of water before you can have another one. So it just depends on how many you drink in a day. But do think that's about 150 calories of straight sugar that you're putting into your body every single time that you do it. So let's go from regular cans to smaller mini cans. And then can we shift into the 0-calorie beverages, because adherently it's way better. You're not putting 40 grams of sugar and you're not putting 150 calories in each time you do it. So by default, you are taking small steps toward making it healthier. And I guess what would be, here's a really easy thing to hook it in. Why would you want to take better care of yourself?
Man, I want to be around for my family.
Okay, specifically name one person, not that you're going to say this isn't your favorite. We're not going to say this is favorite, but let's quantify that. Name one person that you would love to be around in 20, 30, 40 years for.
I would say my only grandson.
Okay, and what life event would you love to see and experience with them? What's her name first? What's her name?
His name is Namari. It's my only
Namari.
grandson. Yeah.
Okay, Namari. And what specific event would you love to celebrate, to experience, to do with Namari?
I would like to see him get his driver's. Well, 30 years? I don't know.
Yeah. Let's go bigger, because my son's 16 now. He's driving. I was like, holy cow, where'd that happen?
All right.
Okay.
So 30 years.
That comes quick.
I would say get married and have kids.
Yeah, getting married, right? That's a big, huge thing that you would like to be around for. Right. Now, in that situation, let's stop and think, how do you want to show up in his life at that experience? Do you want to show up in your present body, a worse body, because you can gain weight and get even unhealthier, or a healthier, more fit body? Which one would you rather be?
Definitely healthier, more fit.
Okay. And then, so Numani, what would you like him to think and identify as you, as his grandparent, of when he thinks of you? What type of words would you like him to describe you as?